Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a lovely week. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Kristen, if we haven't met, and I'm here to show you the brand new arrivals in store at the Dahlia Sewciety. Now our online store is linked in the description box below, as is all of these new fabrics in the just arrived section. And I want to remind you all that Sunday night 7 p.m. is our launch of our beautiful Dolce Vita box, which is a kind of nod to Italian glamour, maybe sitting in a coffee shop in Florence, or let me think of all those black and white images of Sophia Loren looking really sophisticated. That kind of aesthetic is what we're after with this box. So I cannot wait to show you the very beautiful, glamorous fabric that we have in store for you guys. So of course, limited numbers as always. Head on over to the store Sunday night for that release. If you're wanting to buy a box Sunday night and you're also interested in these fabrics and you're worried they're going to sell out, if you go ahead and purchase, we will quite happily combine that with your box order, and we always fix up extra postage and refund anyone that's paid too much. We very happily combine all of our fabrics with our box order. So I can't wait to show you all the new goodies I have here, and you may see me in a new make. And any of you that were lucky enough to get the beautiful Stevie Nicks Belladonna box, it was our deluxe winter box that sold out quicker in the blink of an eye, quicker than anything I could ever imagine. It was amazing. So either a lot of you are huge Stevie Nicks fans like moi, or you just felt like treating yourself to a deluxe box. So very sorry to those of you who have missed out. And it really was the boho box of your dreams. I'm going to put some pics up of what I've made. This is the new dress I've made in the box, of course. I wanted to make something very ethereal. I definitely needed to have these big bell sleeves that are very Stevie Nicks, of course. And I wanted to have something that had the plunging V with the drapey kind of floaty skirt. I didn't necessarily want tiers this time. I know it would look beautiful in a tiered dress, but I wanted something a bit different. So I was very lucky to find the beautiful LB Textiles. Lauren was very happy to give the beautiful people a discount that purchased the box. This is the Duplantier dress. And this has been out for a couple of years now, and I love this dress. I love that I've seen it in a longer style and a shorter style. There's also options to do your bishop sleeves or the bell sleeves. Now with the bell sleeves, I added about 15 centimeters to the length of mine in the short and lengthen line, because I wanted a little bit more oomph to them. And the ones in the pattern, of course, are more of a shorter sleeve, but the bishop sleeves are also very beautiful. And I love the lovely lines this gives with the V neck, the faced V. It's the facing is on the middle bodice section, which is really, really lovely. It keeps everything nice and neat. Perfect size V. I love the V when they're just spot on and not too low, not too high. Perfect shape there. Love the fact that you've got the tie backs to give you a bit of extra shape, and the nice fitted bust line, but then that beautiful kind of pointed to the V empire drapey skirt. So absolutely love this. Cannot wait to make another one. I think it could be my new dress this summer. I might be making quite a few of these, especially maybe in the shorter sleeves. And I think you can sort of muck around with what different sleeves you might want to put on this. I think a fluted shorter sleeve would be spectacular on this dress as well. So the beautiful fabric, of course, haven't mentioned yet, is from My Dress Made France. My Dress Made is the lovely Anne that runs that is a beautiful person. She actually designs all of these fabrics. They're all printed in France as well, in the Rhone district. Thought and feeling put into the fabrics. She comes up with these beautiful collections and talks about the inspiration behind them. This is the Verda print, which is like a very bohemian paisley print with a kind of a hand-painted effect to up close. You'll see really lovely boho paisley design with the colours in this are just really popping out. I love the blues and the reds and the fuchsias together. We've also got a lot of My Dress Made fabrics in store. They are beautiful, beautiful fabrics, lovely quality. We are also getting their brand new collection in, I think the following week or so it could be coming, with a lot of their autumn winter designs, which of course are just viscose bases, so definitely fine to wear all year round. I've got to say, some of those prints are pretty incredible that are coming. I could not resist getting them into the store because I know last time we had their new collection, they sold out really, really fast. So just such beautiful thought and creativity put into the use of colour and the use of print together. Just so beautiful. So that's My Dress Made. So this is a Duplantier dress, and the box, let me talk you through the box, being our Stevie Nicks Belladonna theme. You'll see the beautiful postcard, which was in fact the Dove tour in the early 80s. That was done by an artist that did a lot of Art Deco style posters at the time. When I found that image, I knew exactly it had to match this. It was just perfection altogether. So we had a beautiful box. We had some gorgeous earrings from Lacey Lou Sparkles in Queensland, a beautiful jewellery designer that made these beautiful little bird earrings to match just so perfectly. We had Charlotte Piper chocolate, which was a beautiful dried raspberry or dried berry encrusted chocolate, just delectable. We had the Soap Cult Australia, which is a lovely soap company up in Queensland, I think, as well. And we had the White Witch balm. Then we also had some beautiful herbal teas and a little bundle of sewing goodies with the Gutermann thread. We had a leather binding, a lace little parcel there with a little white winged dove. So all of you Stevie Nicks fans will know the leather and lace and white dove little Easter eggs in that box that tied it all together. So thank you so much for entrusting us to bring out these beautiful boxes each month. We love putting them together for you guys. So feeling very floaty and very goddess-like in this dress. And I've got to say, it's been really lovely. The last few days have been in the low 20s here in Melbourne, which this time of year is very strange. I know spring is not far away, but to have that burst of warm weather, it really makes me think, are we ready to have a cold, chilly week again next week, or is this sort of gradually heading into spring? I'm not so sure. I know that Melbourne weather can be pretty up and down, but yeah, it's so nice to have a taste of that nice warm weather and thinking about all the dresses that I want to make. So let's talk new fabrics in the store. Of course, the beautiful new range from Cosette is this really stunning Geo range. And of course, love an abstract print, love green. You all know that by now, but this beautiful viscose crepe, it is smashing in this color at the beautiful emerald green with the black artistic print there. Really, really lovely. Gosh, I can imagine this in a really lovely blouse. I think even the Italia jupe Emma, I can see in that, maybe a high neck, or even a Marnie blouse from Tilly and the buttons, I think would look incredible. For some reason, I can really see kind of a higher neck. I'm not really sure. I think that would work really, really well. This dress would be incredible in this Geo range as well. So that is the Geo in the green, really lovely handle there, and not that sort of with a viscose crepe, a really nice body to it as well, and not the slippery style crepe. So very nice to sew with. But their fabrics are just stunning. Cosette, the colours, the colour palettes there are just beautiful. So that's the green, and we've also got it in this incredible purple colour. So I know there's a lot of purple fans out there, but this is just gorgeous. So we have the new assembly lined pencil skirts in store just this week, which are just lovely. So I think that will look really incredible with maybe a blouse, or even a stunning wrap style dress would be beautiful as well. This one caught me as soon as I saw it. I just thought, wow, this looks so springy and beautiful and vivid. The colours on the black background, I am always a sucker for bright intense print, especially in a floral on a black background, but really, really nice size floral. A nice sort of punchy size floral there, so not huge but not tiny, so really statementy. A lovely tiered dress would look incredible in this. Even the Shea from Chalk Notch Patterns with that beautiful tiered skirt and that lovely scooped out neck. Maybe the Lorette blouse, which is a new one from Cosette, with that really lovely dramatic sleeve would look incredible. You could pick up a really nice bright button as well to make a statement with that. So really lovely viscose crepe again from Cosette. We all know how much you guys love block prints, and of course we're still waiting on our quilted ones. They should be here within the next week. There's so many people ready to get their hands on those really lovely quilt prints. And of course, we have a really great supplier in Jaipur that we deal with. We've got another supplier now that we're kind of trying out because they've got a little bit different to what we've already had, and they've got a bit more on the screen print design, a vintage style block prints, which we find really, really interesting. And of course, at the moment there is a real surge of horse print, equine print saddles, rodeo, cowboy boots, so it's kind of cowgirl style inspired prints heading out into the sewing world. A lot of them we absolutely love. Phoebe and I are just right into all of that. We just think it's just such a lovely, refreshing thing. And a lot of these prints you will probably have seen, especially when you look back at the vintage, I would say 50s and 60s style vintage artworks of a lot of Western style images. So we thought these would be beautiful. They definitely have a place in the store, and we think you can make some incredible garments. Maybe a duster from So Different Patterns, or a folio frock, or even something like a Hawaiian style shirt with a camp collar. There's really so much you can do with these, and they're really gender neutral. So I think I really can see them being worn by men and women. I think there's no problem in that at all. It's really whatever floats your boat. And I think my son's actually got his eye on one of these, and Phoebe's got her eye on another one, and I may have my eye on a pair of pajamas in one of the designs as well. So this one is called On the Hunt, and beautiful old worldy style vintage horseback riders out on the hunt with their dogs, obviously fox hunting, and some beautiful imagery there with the trees. And you see what I mean about that vintage kind of style with the digital printing. A bit more body than a voile, and definitely not see-through, but they'd be beautiful for sewing with. And of course, always pre-wash these before you sew with them. We like to make sure we do that, because a lot of the natural vegetable dyes that they use within these, you want to make sure that they're definitely washed out before you go ahead and sew with them. And also, most of the time, cottons we like to pre-wash to prevent any shrinkage. But I've actually cut a piece off of one of them and already washed it up, and it's come up really nice. So that one is On the Hunt. So some nice earthy colours there. And then we have... this one is the Grand Canyon. I think Phoebe has her eye on this because she loves her rusts and oranges. And you'll see here we've got some Western style imagery. Have I got it the right way up? Nope. Okay. And some cowboys on horseback. And I love what they've done with the grid sort of diamond style pattern with a rope. I think it's really, really interesting. Definitely that would make a gorgeous summer dress, really nice and floaty. But you'll see that with the digital, well, the screen printing's all done by hand. Of course, there are little tiny imperfections sometimes with the printing, and that's a lot of the characteristics that people love about the Indian fabrics that we get in store. So that one is gorgeous. And we have got a couple of new buttons in store, some little metal antique buttons that have got little like rodeo style imagery on them, which are beautiful. I'm always on the lookout for something a bit different for our buttons section, but even the Arrow Mountain wooden buttons would match all of these perfectly. This one is to all the Frida fans out there. It's Viva la Frida, and I love the kind of tattoo aesthetic this one has. All the different Frida images on there, and the arrow, beautiful, beautiful Frida themed fabric, and all the different imagery, the paint palettes. You've got the scissors there, and you've got the full length, and you've got the bird. There's just heaps there. I think it's a really, really pretty fabric, and every time we get a Frida fabric in, it tends to walk out the door. I love the hand-printed feel. These have that really nice vintagey, creamy style background. This one we absolutely loved. It is called Tranquil Garden. It's that beautiful kind of like Chinese garden feel to it with the trees and the little gazebos and the people on there. I think this one is just really special. Very, very, I think in the 70s, I can remember my mum had in the house, she had a black velvet picture on the wall with a scene very similar to this. So this aesthetic was very much in the late 60s, I would think. So growing up in the early 70s, I can remember a lot of that imagery being to decorate the homes. So I just think, yeah, the 70s was a really incredible time looking back in history at the way people decorated. And people really had a lot more they were a lot more game, I think, back then than what they are now. So everyone's very much into their neutrals decorating their homes, but I love to see a bit of bold use of colour and print, and especially with the artwork. And that would make an amazing kimono. So maybe even like the Sewciety kimono we have in store, or just a beautiful tunic style blouse would be incredible as well. This one's called Scarlet Birds, and it's very much like our other block prints as far as the texture of the fabric, the cotton, and the use of saturated colour. And you'll see that there's lots of little birdies on there. Really, really pretty colour, scarlety red with that pinky undertone to it. And you've got the nice pink highlights in there as well. So I think that one would make an amazing frock heading into spring and summer. Phoebe loved this one. She just thinks this would make an incredible shirt, or even pair of pajamas, or even a dress. I think you could do something really nice with this, but maybe a nice long blouse. It's called the Hello Sailor print. Now this one has that really antique look effect to it with the tattoo style. I think there's a lot of people out there that would love this. And I think that's even be great if you're looking for something to sew for hubby, or if you are a male sewist yourself, a little bit more of a masculine edge to it. So I just think this is incredible. It would really pick up nice with a pair of jeans. Even a little Gilbert shirt with a tie front would look incredible in that one as well. So really nice use of colour there. This one is called On the Ranch, and it's another very 50s, 60s looking style Western print. It's got that really nice shady look to it. It looks like it's been etched in grey lead almost, the colours, that nice washy effect. So you've got the wagons and the horses with the lassos, and I just think that is really, really different and unusual. And I think a lot of people will appreciate we're trying to bring new and different designs into the store. So something a bit different to our normal block prints, but yeah, it's great to have a bit of choice. Now this one I absolutely love. It is my favourite. It's called Queen of the Rodeo. A beautiful use of colour there with a black background, and the vintage style, the rodeo style imagery is just incredible. And I can really see a pair of pyjamas in this. I've already cut some off for myself to sew up, so can't wait to get around to making a nice floaty pair of wide leg PJs. Possibly the Fran PJs from Closet Core could be looking at those, or even a nice wide leg elasticated pair of pants would be perfect in these. The only thing with this one is it has got a little bit printing being done by hand with the screen printing. Sometimes you get that collection of die lot at the back, and then I'll see if I can show you what I mean. So it's a little bit cheaper than the other ones because of that reason. I'm being very picky here, but I know I like to make sure I tell you guys information like that. And you'll see here things like where the dye is collected when they've done the printing, little streaks, and it's not visible from the outer side, from the right side, only on the reverse side. So it won't make any difference to your sewing because you won't see it, but yeah, it has got a few of those collection points. And as I say, I have washed my piece already. I always like to pre-wash these fabrics before, which you should with all of your, especially with cottons and anything that's been hand dyed and hand printed. It's always a great idea. But I think that would make an incredible pair of PJs. But I also can see a long lined floaty dress in that print as well. It's so fun with all the ladies and the cowboy aesthetic there. We've also got some really cute new little labels from Sarah Hearts. If you love that whole cowboy aesthetic, we've got little cowboy boots and little patchwork labels there in store, which are just divine as well to really bring your collection together. Now, for all of you assembly line lovers out there, we've had a new drop of the patterns. We have restocked a lot that we've had sold out of for quite some time now. The brand new ones we have in stock, of course, are some really lovely ones. This one is the wrap collar shirt, a really unique wraparound shawl style collar shirt in a woven, and I really like the unique placement of the buttons and just the whole aesthetic of that with a neckline, the square kind of bib shawl, unusual collar. That one really, really nice. So that one is really lovely. I talked about the pencil skirt being a great classic style skirt, really nice dart shaping at the front and back there, which of course gives a really good shape. The couple of dresses we have in here I've been looking at for quite some time. We've got the barrel dress, which is a really lovely tulipy style skirt, or the barrel shaped skirt, and the arm, if you can look at the line drawings, I'll put some pics up so you can see That one is really nice in a linen, light to midweight wovens. It's a really lovely style there with some beautiful drafting lines. Will look gorgeous in a classic linen, really, really nice, or even a cotton for summer. And the drop waist dress is a bit of a nod to the 20s. Nice drop waist effect there with that really lovely darts around the neckline there too. I'll put some pics up, and these of course can both be made in tops as well as with all of their dresses. You can shorten them, make them into a top, but that one would be a really lovely style, classic dress for summertime, especially for a layering piece. And I really love the big envelopes the assembly line patterns come in. They are really substantial. A new pattern company, we are very proud to say we are now stocking Merchant and Mills patterns, and eventually we hope to also get their fabrics in. At the moment we are looking at moving into a warehouse. We're building on the property here that we've just outgrown our space we're in now. We really need to expand. So in the next sort of 6 months we'll be gradually moving into that and getting it all prepared. We've got a lot of renovating to do, but that is where we want to be at and be able to source, greater lots of fabric. And at the moment we tend to have things on the smaller scale, and a lot of people have been asking about, can we do things like swatch services? Eventually we hope to do that, but at the moment we just are not. We haven't got the space to do a lot of things that we want to do. We also want to venture into a bit of kids wear fabric, which I know a lot of you have asked about that. We would love to be able to provide some beautiful fabrics for children's wear sewing. Along with that, things like bag making. We've also really would love to get back in stock the pattern trace that we had, the pattern trace Swedish tracing paper, and all of the gear that goes with that as well, with the things like the bobbin cases and the needle store cases and the pattern envelopes, but all of that does take up a lot of space. We want to make sure we get our space sorted out before we go getting more things to take up more room, because we are just running out of room. So yes, that is the plans for the future. But in the meantime, we have got a wonderful pattern company, as I said, Merchant and Mills. We've got all of their patterns in store now. So your Clover blouse, which is a great little blouse and dress. I love their aesthetic with their pics of the patterns. I love how they've used different size models, but also they've used a lot more mature models as well, which is so lovely to see. That's one thing we need to embrace a bit more, I think, but it really, really does give that wonderful sense of belonging when you can see people on a pattern envelope that you can identify with. We've got the Etta, which is a really nice wraparound style and very easy style wraparound, so really, really casual and comfortable, lots of ease in that one. And the Hattie and Alice dress, which is another nice sort of drop waisty style dress. Florence top or dress, which is a very popular peplum style pattern. That one's lovely. And bags, we've got the Factotum bag, the Jack Tar bag, and the, where are we? Costermonger bag. So these are fabulous, and as I say, most of our bag making fabrics will be coming in the next couple of months. We'll be getting webbing, hardware, and some canvases and drills as well. So very excited about that. This one I absolutely love in the pics, the Merchant and Mills Amelie dress. Now I really love that in that indigo style linen, the really lovely crossover style yoke at the front with a square neck with the buttons on the side. I think it's just fabulous. I can really see that would be a perfect dress for all year round, really. The Niven is a nice tunic style blouse or dress. We've got the Trapeze, again a lovely A-line style, swingy style dress. Line drawings there so you can see. There's so much you can do with that. A really great basic for showcasing and a lovely print, as well as a plain linen, but really, really pretty in the gingham as well. I love this Edie blouse. I think the smock style blouse or dress is gorgeous, and I love the detail there on the wrist, the bishop style sleeve, and the little tie detail. Very pretty. We've got the denim, which is a jacket. It looks like a kind of a short style trench jacket. I'll put the pics up. I really like to see them. I would love the pattern envelopes, but I really like it when I can see it on the model. You can just see things, how they're going to look on the body. It always works. The Mary White, which is a gorgeous tunicky style dress with a kind of a really unusual shawl style collar as well. I think that one's gorgeous. It says midweight wovens, standard twills, denims, linens, cords, tencel linens, or more structured or woven light and drapey. You can do either with that dress. A Sunday robe, which of course is a unisex robe pattern. I think that would be amazing. One of those new vintage printed Indian cottons that we have. Another great one for a quilted jacket is the Sander. That one is also fabulous in a lot of other different coating style fabrics, and not just quilted cottons. You can use things like dry oil skin, linens, denims, wools, corduroys, cotton, twills, or more like padded quilted fabrics as well. The new star of the show from their collection is the honey dress. This is an absolutely beautiful wide strap style square neckline, really lovely gathered elastic at the back, and love that elasticy back. It makes fitting so much easier, and I absolutely love the embroidery they've done on the front of that on the green version. That is just a standout. So it's so nice to think that bib style yoke at the front you could really do if you're wanting to practice some embroidery, to be able to place it at the front of the dress. There would just be a wonderful way of showcasing your work. So I hope you've enjoyed all of the new arrivals that we have. We've got a few new collections coming in the next couple of weeks, and some beautiful new spring arrivals are coming very shortly too. So don't forget, everything that we've shown today is in the just arrived section at the dahliasociety.au. Head on over to the website, and I'll be back Sunday night with a new pattern release from Pattern Emporium. I've made a couple of versions of their brand new jacket pattern, so I can't wait to come back and show you that. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I hope you've enjoyed all of our new arrivals. We'll speak to you all next week. Take care. See you all soon. Bye.